We're here with Lopes head coach Russ Pennell, and Russ, you guys are getting ready to travel to Bellingham, Washington on Friday to take on the Western Washington Vikings. Give us a scouting report on the Vikings. You know, they've got Rory Blanche, they've got John Allen, they've got some really great players on that team. Give us a scouting report on what you see from your opponent.
Well, they're the number 11 ranked team in the country and the number 1 seed in the West region, so they're a quality opponent. And they're a big, strong, physical team. They score a lot of points, average 82 points a game, and love to get up and down the court. Tough on the offensive glass, just real put-together athletes. So we'll have our work cut out for us, especially playing on their home floor, but we're looking forward to the challenge. And there's a couple teams in our league that remind us of them, Dixie and BYU Hawaii. So we've seen this style before, and I think we'll be prepared.
Back to Dixie, Coach. Just draw up that play, Braylon's 3 at the end. Was that a play that you draw it up, or how did that all just play out like that?
Well, we had a play set for him where we were back screening him and going to the rim. We were down 2, so we didn't feel like we had to have the 3. And it's interesting, the last thing he asked me as we broke huddle, he said, if I'm not open on the initial cut, do you want me to pop out? And I said, yeah, just pop out, that's fine. And, you know, I knew 1.5 wasn't a lot of time. And actually on film, the initial back screen for him at the rim, we were just going to lob it high to him. He was open. We didn't see him. And fortunately, he did make a play and popped to the corner and got the good look and knocked it in.
When you saw it go up, did you know it was going in? Did you have the feeling it was going in, Coach?
You know, I was standing on the baseline right in line with his shot. And I could see it was on line, but I thought he shot it hard. It looked like he shot it over the goal. And when it went in, I was a little surprised. But I had people in the stands that were up a little higher, and they said they could see it tracking in the hole the whole way.
What an incredible way to end the season with 9 straight wins. After that loss to Chaminade, what brought this team together, Coach? What do you think made the difference to lead to those 9 straight wins and this March Madness berth?
Well, I thought, honestly, we played well the 2 losses leading up to the 9-game win streak, and we lost a 4-point game at BYU Hawaii that we led with 6 minutes to go. The Chaminade game was kind of the same way. It was back and forth, and we lost in overtime. We actually had a shot at the buzzer to win the game. And we played well in both games. And my biggest concern was that we would get discouraged before the wins started coming because we were practicing well, we were playing well, we just weren't finishing the deal. And after we got 1 or 2 wins on our belt, you could see the confidence coming, and that really is what's led to it. I thought we'd played pretty well leading up to the streak.
Coach, how have the practices been this week getting ready for Friday night's game up in Washington?
Well, this time of year it's hard to practice. I mean, you don't want to overwork them as a coach, and you want to make sure they have their legs. Yet you have to get certain things done, and kids are tired of practicing. We've been practicing since October 15th, so trying to keep their attention in practice is not always easy. And you would think with the game looming that wouldn't be the case, but that is in essence the problem. They're looking forward to the game. And we talked about today winning today. We got to win the practice today. We got to get better at what we're doing. And I think the practices have been fine, and we're just got to fine-tune some things leading up to the contest on Friday.
Coach, I would think the veteran leadership with Kyle and Justin and Nick and your juniors would be the real key to getting that victory on Friday night. You've got to have that veteran leadership, especially on the road in the postseason.
Well, it's nice to have guys that have got, you know, probably 120 games under their belt in their 4-year career. And we certainly look for them for leadership, and I think they give the younger guys confidence, and I thought they were real good in practice the last couple of days just with their voices. And we always talk about have a presence on the floor, have a voice in what we're doing, and they've done a good job of that all year, and they certainly are doing it this week.
Last question, Coach. What are you preaching on offense and on defense to get the guys ready for Friday night?
Well, offensively, we want to do what we've done, which is push the tempo, get it up and down the floor, and then get the ball inside as much as possible. We feel like our shooting on the perimeter is all predicated on how many times we get touches in the paint. Force teams to clamp down on that, and then you get good looks. That comes a lot by putting pressure, make or miss, running the ball down the court quickly. And then everything we do really starts with ball movement. Is if we're passing the ball well and moving it quickly, we get good shots, and we're a good shooting team. Defensively, we have to do a great job of playing one-on-one defense. This team isolates you a lot, does a lot of just put a guy on the wing, and you got a mano-a-mano, stay between him and the basket. and that'll be a challenge without fouling because they are physical. But I think if our team defense is good when those guys start driving and we can give a little bit of help, I think we can have some success. And then the last part of that, it's always rebounding. You can't give your opponent second chance opportunities, so we have to be physical and do a good job of boxing out.
And I also heard you mention foul trouble. You cannot be in foul trouble against this team because it'll be much big trouble if your guys are sitting on the bench with 3 and 4 fouls like you told the guys.
Well, we need key people in the game, but it also plays into their hands because they're an outstanding free throw shooting team. So basically, when you get in foul trouble, you're just giving them free points. So I think that'll be the challenge, and probably that's where the game will be decided. Can we guard their high-octane offense? And, we're the best defensive team statistically in the Pac West. They're the best offensive team statistically in the GNAC, and really that's where the game, I think, will be won or lost.